Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
Oh, iPhone, how I love to love you. You might remember I didn't want to get the iPhone back when Apple first released it. I came up with a list of 20 reasons why I wasn't going to get the iPhone on the first day. And yeah, I've eaten mountains and mountains of crow since then because I reluctantly accepted the iPhone into my life as my personal digital savior. Yes, I worship gadgets, especially the iPhone. Apple has just released iPhone OS 3.0, and if you have an iPhone or an iPod, you've likely updated. Of course, the iPhone upgrade is free, but it'll cost you $10 if you want to upgrade your iPod. Is it worth it? Absolutely. So many features, a lot of them not even documented, but certainly sitting underneath the surface of the operating system update. Gotta hand it to Apple, though. They're allowing just about anybody who has an iPhone to update it. I mean, unless you don't want to. It's kind of your choice right now. But it's totally worth it. This is an iPhone 3G. I've been running the iPhone OS 3.0 for, well, a day now. And yes, there are a few bugs, a few annoyances, but I think they're more personal preferences than anything else. But I wanted to kind of give you a high-level overview, the things that I thought were outstanding updates to this iPhone OS, and of course the people who have voice here in the chat room right now at live.pirillo.com are likely weighing in on their favorite things of the iPhone OS update. One of the first things you're going to notice is the new app, Voice Memos, and it allows for relatively high quality audio recording that can then be shared by email. You simply tap the button, a little microphone shows up, you press the record button. There's even a VU meter at the bottom. It's kind of neat, little analog with digital. I don't know. I like the juxtaposition, but that's just me. Then, of course, you can go in and edit or trim the length of the audio. You can't send that by MMS right now in the United States because, unfortunately, AT&T hasn't enabled MMS or tethering, but they're coming, just not officially yet. There are ways to kind of get around AT&T's imposed limitations, but I'd be careful about doing that because if AT&T notices that you're pushing a lot of data from your phone when you weren't doing that before, they may come knocking on your door, potentially your virtual door, and shut down your account altogether. And that just would not be any fun. So my suggestion is wait officially for the tethering option to become available, as well as MMS, unless of course you go through AT&T in general. A lot of smaller tweaks in classic apps like Notes now allows you to wipe or swipe and then delete a particular note. Also synchronizes with Notes back through iTunes. I believe that is also cross-compatible with the Exchange account. I haven't quite figured out the perfect conduit for that yet. Another thing that I've noticed is you could have more pages open for apps. So not only do you have 11 pages for apps, but you also have the ability to put as many apps as you want to, as can fit on your iPhone, which is great because I had apparently about 300 apps that I had used over time and had to get rid of because I could only have like 144 maximum because it only had 9 pages of apps. The easiest way to get to the apps, of course, is going to the home screen and either swiping left or right or just pressing the home button again, and you'll pull open your Spotlight search. You start keying in characters, and then it'll give you a list of apps, contacts, blah, 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 blah. The list goes on and on. Spotlight search is an amazing addition to the iPhone. This is one of those features that I wish they had in the first iteration of the operating system, but it's incremental. You got keeps moving along. Some other subtle changes to other apps, including with the calendar app. I can't think of any app that hasn't been touched other than maybe the calculator app. I didn't really see any changes there. YouTube now allows you to log in, so you get your favorites and all the things that you do on the web, like on your desktop, will now be synchronized automatically in your account through the YouTube icon on the iPhone or iPod Touch. There's a different way of rearranging apps. You can now drag an icon from more than just one screen over. You can keep dragging or keep holding until you get to the screen you want, and then you let go, so that way icons don't keep getting bumped down. I still think the organization schemata for app icons on the iPhone leaves something to be desired, like an extreme amount to be desired. Messages is the new SMS. Of course, it's not really the new SMS. It's just the same thing. It's just extended features with MMS coming, of course, in theory, with AT&T soon. But you can now send a text, and before it goes all the way, you can start typing in your next text. Another thing to note, it no longer autocorrects swear words. So no more duck, no more other respellings of words on there. Although I've found a few different issues. Sometimes it will lead with a space on a new message sending out. Of course, copy and paste, another big feature that's in iPhone OS 3.0. I used it legitimately. I mean, I wasn't just playing around. I needed to copy and paste a tweet last night when I was driving, and copy and paste worked perfectly. I was astounded. It was like the first time I'd used copy and paste on a mobile device in ages. So yes, I'm glad to have copy and paste. Of course, like here in the messaging app, I can click and hold a message, and it'll copy the entire thing if I wanted to. And then, of course, I can go into any text field and then paste just as quickly. A few keyboard tweaks. Emoji, by the way, will work and can work if you search for emoji on the app, or the App Store in iTunes. You'll find a list of apps that support emoji that you can install. I don't think there's any free ones, but paying a dollar or two for an app that enables emoji is pretty awesome. Emoji is essentially a set of graphics, images that will allow you to send those images by way of anything that happens on the iPhone. You can view them anywhere on the iPhone. Of course, you can send messaging back and forth so long as the other person has an iPhone. That's the only way they'll be able to pick up the emoji that's on the iPhone itself. Stereo Bluetooth is now supported, so if you're into stereo headsets, it'll work really well. There's another feature that's coming real soon, not enabled right now, but you'll be able to do file sharing through Mobile Me. That's one big reason to have a Mobile Me subscription, and if that wasn't the reason enough, a big reason to have it is the Mobile Me subscription, specifically in conjunction with the iPhone, is they've got a feature now, which I'm sure is going to make every single. Hang on just a second. My cursor is out over on the other screen, so now I have to use. I'm using a free application called Teleport that allows me to control keyboards and mice across these three computers, and apparently my mouse got stuck on this computer, so now I'm using the touchpad here to control this machine. This is Find My iPhone and Remote Wipe. This particular feature, let me go ahead and tilt the screen back just a bit so you can see a bit more of it. I'm not going to zoom in particular because it's actually located my phone, specifically here in the US. I can choose to display a message on that phone, on this phone, the one that I've got it synced up. You have to enable it. Of course, like I said, you have to have a Mobile Me account. Otherwise, this isn't a feature for you. So you write a message. Message! Exclamation mark. And I can also choose to play a sound for 2 minutes with this message. So that way, if it's lost, I can't find it, I can go to the web, enable Find My phone, and then it will go out and make emit a noise or whatever. So let's go ahead and send this particular message. Click send. See how quick it comes in here. Oh wait, account session has expired. Boy, they're being all secure and stuff. So now I gotta log in again. Let's try this. And second time. Boy, I'm just running into all sorts of technical difficulties, although I'd say there are more personal technical difficulties than hardware technical difficulties. Display a message. Let's try it again. Message. Not going to play the sound. Sending message request. And, I guess it didn't emit a sound because I chose not to, but there's the message right there in the middle of the screen. It says message. Important message. Message. And, of course, I can also choose to go in and remote wipe all the data on the device. Of course, if I do that, that would no longer allow me to locate the iPhone. It's a big deal. I think it's going to cut down on iPhone theft by a huge degree because if you have the service enabled and you press Find My iPhone, it will locate it. It will find it. And you will find the perpetrator, or you will find the iPhone in general. And I think that is a huge deal. How many times have you lost a device? You want to really lose a device that's worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars? I didn't think so. So it's worth paying the Mobile Me subscription just for the Find My iPhone feature. And then, of course, everything else, including the upcoming file sharing and so on and so forth. Everything else is kind of a bonus. The fact, just think about that. You're going to say, I'm not going to pay for Mobile Me. Why would I pay for something? I don't need to pay for anything. Yeah, but, would you not have wished you paid the subscription fee if you lose your iPhone? Just saying. Just wondering. So you can make fun of it all you want. That's a feature I'm sure every device owner would kill for. But there's no need to kill if you have the iPhone OS 3.0. And that's all you need. I mean, this is the iPhone 3G, not the 3GS. My 3GS is coming in tomorrow, at least as of this date. So it's got a few other features. Stay tuned for the unboxing there. We'll be unboxing it live, as well as doing some initial impressions with the new hardware, the 3GS compared to the 3G. But as I said, the iPhone OS 3.0 is a nice upgrade, and I kind of wish they had released it earlier, so I would have more time to enjoy it on the 3G, because I'm not going to have this for too much longer. I'm going to be lending it to a friend who refuses to use an iPhone, and they are going to be able to use this for 3 months and then decide whether or not they want to keep it. I figured, I'm going to see if I can win them over. They're a huge Windows Mobile advocate, and I'm like, yeah, Windows Mobile, it was good at the time, but its time has now come and gone. This is the age of the iPhone, and don't laugh, I know of at least 3 people who have returned their Palm Pres after they heard about the iPhone 3GS announcement. Just saying. So, what do you like about the iPhone OS 3.0 upgrade? What don't you like? I'm probably more interested in that. And don't sit there and say, it doesn't have this, it doesn't have that. Yeah, duh. No phone is perfect, okay? No phone. It'll get better. Just give it some time, okay? Give it some time. One thing I can tell you that I can't stand already about the new OS upgrade is I can't stand landscape mode. Honestly. It drives me nuts. And maybe I'm the only one. Like, landscape mode being, if I go here, let's see, even in email, or I guess I could have done it in there too. So I'm in portrait mode. If I turn it on its side, then it'll turn and flip into landscape mode. And I don't know if let's see if you can see it that way. I may have to hold it at an angle. Well, I think you know what I'm talking about there with the accelerometer. That annoys me because I will inevitably accidentally, push something, to the right or the left. And, oh, look at this. I got a message here from Mobile Me Notifications. It says, your message to iPhone has been received. Well, let me know. So not only can I map it, but it told me that the message was received. So I know someone was paying attention. Just saying. It's a good feature to have. I think that's the killer feature of the iPhone OS 3.0. Honestly, I think that is absolutely the killer feature. And if you don't have it on your phone, I guarantee you'd want one. Who would say, I'd never use that? Trust me. When you lose a device, you'll wish you had it. All right, so we got plenty of feedback going through the chat room right now. My email address, chris@pirillo.com. Feel free to leave a follow-up response, a video response, if you will, if you've got your own thoughts on the iPhone OS 3.0, no matter which iPhone you happen to have, if you have the iPhone at all. And then, of course, you're also welcome to post those reviews on our community site, geeks.pirillo.com. Almost 20,000 of you there now. Then, of course, we've got the chat room here that's integrated within the live video feed, going out over the web. Typically talking tech, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, not just about the iPhone. Seriously. I mean, we talk about other things like iPhone battery chargers. And iPhone stands. And other stuff. We're here. Where are you? We're at live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.